It was a robber's daughter, and her name was Alice Brown. Her father was the terror of a small Italian town. Her mother was a foolish, weak, but amiable old thing. But it isn't of her parent that I'm going for to sing. As Alice was a sitting at her window still one day, a beautiful young gentleman, he chanced to pass that way. She cast her eyes upon him, and he looked so good and true, that she thought, I will be happy with a gentleman like you. And every morning past her house, that cream of gentlemen, she knew she might expect him at the quarter unto 10, a suitor in the custom house. It was his daily road. The custom house was 15-minute walk from her abode. But Alice was a pious girl, who knew it wasn't wise to look at strange young suitors with expressive purple eyes. So she sued the village priest to whom her family confessed, the priest by whom the little sins were carefully assessed.
Oh, Holy Father, it will grieve you, would it not, to discover that I was a most disreputable lot. Of all unhappy sinners, I'm the most unhappy one.
Whatever have you been and gone and done?
I have helped Mama to steal a little kitty from his dad. I've assisted dear Papa in cutting up a little lamb. I've planned a little burglary and forged a little check, and slain a little baby for the coral on its neck.
The worthy pastor hefted a sign and dropped a silent tear.
You mustn't judge yourself too heavily, my dear. It's wrong to murder babies, little corals, for to fleece. But sins like these, one expiates at half a crown apiece. Girls will be girls, you're very young, and flighty in your mind. Old heads upon young shoulders we must not expect to find. We mustn't be too hard upon these little girlish tricks. Let's see, 5 crimes at half a crown, exactly 12 and 6.
Father, your kindness makes me weep. You do these little things for me so singularly cheap. Your thoughtful liberty I never can forget. But oh, there is another crime I haven't mentioned yet. A pleasant-looking gentleman with pretty purple eyes I've noticed at my window as I've sat catching flies. He passes by it every day, as certain as can be. I blush to say I wink at him, and he has winked at me.
For shame, my erring daughter. On my word, this is the most distressing news that I have ever heard. Why, naughty girl? Your excellent papa has pledged your hand to a promising young robber, the lieutenant of his band. This dreadful piece of news will pain your worthy parents so. They are the most remunerative customers I know. For many, many years, they've kept starvation from my doors. I never knew so criminal a family as yours. The common country folk in this insipid neighborhood have nothing to confess. They're so ridiculously good. And if you marry anyone respectable at all. Why? You'll reform. And what will then become of Father Paul?
The worthy priest heaped up and drew his clouds upon his crown, and started off in haste to tell the news to Robert Brown, to tell him how his daughter, who now was for marriage fit, had winked upon the suitor, who reciprocated it.
What? It is about your daughter.
What?
She had gone fond of a sorter from the custom house.
Really? I have a notion, and that notion I will tell. I will let this gay young sorter terrify him into fits, and get my gentle wife to chop him into bits. I've studied human nature, and I know a thing or two. Though a girl may fondly love a living thing, as many do, a feeling of disgust upon her senses that will fall when she looks upon his body chopped particularly small.
That gallant suitor to a still suburban square, he watched his opportunity and seized him unaware. He took a life preserver and he hit him on the head, and Mrs. Brown visited him before she went to bed. And pretty little Alice grown more settled in her mind. She never more was guilty of a weakness of the kind, until at length good Robert Brown bestowed her hand on the promising young robber, the lieutenant of his band.